you should see a little red live pop up, and that means, Lucy, we are live.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin the Gas podcast on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Today, everybody, it's an absolute honor to sit down with the legend, Lucy Blondel. But before we get into this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. And Lucy, I tell everybody this. Don't spend your hard-earned money on an off-the-rack suit, because for 90% of us, it's not going to fit you correctly. When you have a suit that don't fit you correctly, I mean, I can't even begin to name the problems that you will find off and on the track, especially when you're just wearing it through the paddock or whatever, right? So I recommend to everybody to go to bisontrack.com, sign up for that full custom suit. You get the chest protector. You guys see it right here, right? And the leather's hanging up in the back. I forget. Yeah, you like that, right? They're somewhere in here. Listen, Bison, Robert, and Tasha and Carter are the most amazing people you ever
Good people.
Meet. They are absolutely, I love them so much. And the process is super easy to do. So what are you waiting on? Christmas is coming up. Next year's right around the corner. Don't be in that off the rack suit. Be in that.
Make good choices. Suit. Yeah.
Make good choice. You heard that. That'll be the name of this episode. Lucy Blondel, make good choices. Right? Anyway, ladies, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, absolute honor to have Lucy Blondel on. Lucy, what's going on?
Oh, not much. I mean, I'm really happy to be here and chatting with you. The honor is mine, honestly. Like, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Absolutely. The honor's on mine. And you guys stay tuned because there's so much we got to talk about. We're definitely going to do a couple more episodes after this. So, you know, and if you happen to miss this, you can go right back and watch it on my YouTube channel and, yeah, all that good stuff. And tomorrow it'll be on Spotify, iHeart, all that cool stuff, right? But listen, Lucy, let's get into it, right?
Let's do it.
Tell us your journey on motorcycles. Like, what age did you get into them?
Oh, the funniest thing is my dad has always been into motorcycles, but I always figured it was, you know, there were death traps. It was never an interest of mine growing up. I got into it by accident, honestly. I was always on the back of my husband's motorcycle, so I was happy on the back. I could watch the scenery, fall asleep for a bit, you know. But it came up one day, about 7-8 years ago now, that I should try it myself. So my husband got me lessons for Valentine's Day, and I just remember saying, like, you know what, I might hate it, so you might have wasted all your money, like, you're probably gonna not like it. So yeah, I went there, and within 5 minutes I was like, why have I not been doing this all my life? This is amazing. I mean, I already have an addiction to adrenaline. This was something else. And I was actually not bad at it. Like, I took to it pretty easily. I've always driven a standard car, so it was like the clutch control and everything was there. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And within a month, we're going trips down to the States for like a week and a half. I got a Ninja 650. That was my first motorcycle. And that thing got a beating. It got a beating. And then within 8 months, I did my first track day. Oh, that was the start of it, right? That was the start. Throwing my money away.
Right, yeah, take my money. There it is. Here's my wallet.
Money.
Here's my purse. Just do as you will. Just give me track time
Basically.
and tires, and we're good. Yeah.
Basically.
It's and everybody will remember the very first time on a track. It's nothing like the street, right? And my question for you is since you were the passenger and then you started riding, did your husband ever ride on the back with you?
No.
She's like, oh, you couldn't convince him of it?
No, I mean, he probably would have, but the running joke was that I would basically criticize his braking techniques because he would brake so hard that it'd go into the back of his helmet. So he didn't use the back brake. And she's like, oh, I can't wait till I'm on the back of your bike. So I never let him on the back because I knew what was going to happen. He'd be like, you're braking too hard.
No, it'd be payback. I ain't even gonna say no. Watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, what are you doing? This is how you do it, right? You got to be gentle and smooth and easy. Tap the rear brake, then get on the front so it settles at the same time, not nosedives. And then I'm not, it's
exactly.
I know all about it, right? I made a mistake one time of getting on the back of one of my buddies because I never got on the back of a bike before, right? A crotch rocket, anyway, I'll say that. And then next thing I know, we're 130 miles down the interstate, and I'm scared shitless. Like, I'm ready to jump off the back of this thing. And we finally stop. I'm shaking. I said, I don't see how we can do this. Like, this is absolute nuts. I don't see
right.
It
makes no sense, but you're like, yeah, let's do this.
Right.
Let's kill ourselves every day.
Right. Yeah, it was definitely it's definitely a different perspective when you're on the back of that thing for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So and then
your life is effectively in someone else's hands as well, right? You're not in control.
I think that's the majority of it, is being in control, right? Because everybody wants, especially I feel when it comes to riding a dirt bike, an ATV, a motorcycle, UTV, whatever it is, you've got to feel like in your control. As long as as long as they're not going fast, right? But as soon as you start getting some speed or getting in the corners, you're like, all right, this ain't for me. Stop. I got to get off. Let me ride, totally. Or drive, whatever. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, and then your very first track day obviously was in Canada, right?
It wasn't. It was at the Ridge.
Oh, nice.
In Washington, yeah. So I had, at that point, upgraded to a GSXR 750. Probably shouldn't have been on that thing. I mean, that thing is incredible. That's one of my favorite bikes by far, especially on track. It's just made for it. I just love that bike. Oh, it's beautiful. Probably shouldn't have been on it that early, but went to the track on that, promptly crashed it, completely bent it right off. And I knew I was going to do it too. I was getting tired. And everybody's just like, just go for one more. And I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I don't know. And to this day, I've never let anyone force me into doing an extra session just because, you're here and you should do it. Because, I low-sighted and the bike just, I did one of these and just sat there watching pieces fly off, which is just soul destroyingly awful.
Right. So, thinking to yourself, shit, I got to get another freaking credit card right now, man. I didn't even pay for this one. I know all about it. Like, cha-ching, there it goes.
Yeah, there it goes. So I remember somebody coming up to me and saying, you know what, you should get a smaller bike. You should start bringing a smaller bike to the track. And I thought, what do you know? And then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So I got an Ninja 250. Love that thing. I love that thing. Bailed that thing around. I was passing Ducatis, BMWs. I'm like, yes, it's a great bike. I got a lot of confidence on that bike, and it helped me with my bigger bikes. So yeah.
Oh, of course. I'm a huge fan and advocate for, even if somebody thinks they can ride a 750 or 1000 fast or 600, I'm like, bro, get you on a little 300, a little 400.
Yeah.
Corner
so
speed.
Much.
Yeah, that's all it is corner speed and brakes. There's nothing else to it. 40 horsepower, you're not
exactly.
Yeah,
it's so forgiving too, right? So
right. And they have a lot of feel too for what they are. You can actually feel, and to me, it's honestly a 400. The base Kawasaki 400 is not the new 400R is, but the older 400s, they're not they're a decent race bike, right? They're but they do teach you so much about it, right?
That's what I have now for racing is the 400. Yeah,
I love it. What year is your 400?
What is it? It's a 2018, I think.
Yeah, nice.
It's great. I enjoy that bike.
It is,
although it's been plagued with issues. I mean, the clutch was blown up. The chain was something was going with the chain. It was too tight, and then there was a whole bunch of suspension issues, and then I changed from Dunlops to Pirelli, and then the suspension was horrendous. And I mean, just things fall off. My shifter fell off. I mean, that's just things that probably I should have made sure that everything was tight, and obviously didn't. But like, there's been a few things, a few little gremlins in the mix, shall we say?
Right. And yeah, I've had dumb stuff happen to me too on the track, right? Especially first getting into it or changing bikes. You lose sight because you're just so excited to get out there, right? And you're just like, yeah, it'll pass, no problem, right? I ain't touched it. It's good. Change the oil and let it roll through. And then, I had a shifter fall off too. I went to go grab another gear. I'm like,
I just remember going to turn 13 of the ridge and going to downshift. I'm like, oh crap, there ain't no shifter there. Like, oh, God.
That's where that old shit comes into place. You're like, oh,
big time.
This is going to end in two ways. Yeah, this is going to end up in two different scenarios. So yeah.
Well, the other thing I had was the throttle tube locked up on me during a race coming into the chicane. Ooh. That was not fun. Had to switch the bike off while I was riding. Oh my God, that was scary because it was like literally I was trying to brake while it was stuck open. I couldn't unstick it. It's terrifying. I don't recommend that.
Absolutely not. And then when you hit the kill switch, it's like boom, right? It's you're like, oh shit, you gotta hang on to that one. I did that one time. Me and my wife, but before we got married, was we married then? I can't remember. We was out there. I had a 748 at the time. We was out here in the Blue Ridge Parkway and come around this corner, and there's a deer smack dead in the middle of the road, right? So I didn't want to brake and try to brake because I knew I'd hit it. So I just leaned more and gave it more gas, and he turned right into me, broke my clutch lever and my shifter off. So I went to go grab my clutch lever, and I was like, uh-oh. I just said, hold on, this is gonna be rough, and just hit the kill switch. Yeah, it's gonna be rough right here. I can't put it neutral. I ain't got no shifter or clutch. So it was a big twin. I mean, it wasn't a big twin, but it was a V twin, so it's got a lot of it was like
a lot of weight to it.
Rear wheel locked up and slid and didn't go down. Luckily, I don't know
how. Wow, good for you. Good save.
Yeah. I had to change my draws after that one for sure. 110%, right? Yeah.
I get that.
But yeah, that is not fun. Never had a throttle stuck, but I can imagine it would be the same way, right?
It was not cool, Chris. It was not cool.
Not cool. Not cool, kids. Throttle stucks is not cool.
10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Right. All right. So Lucy, getting into club days and track days, what got you into club racing? And then how did that transition into you applying for the BTR program?
Well, funnily enough, I applied for fast female competition. It was to win like an intro to racing, basically, with kind of small sponsorships. So I won that with my teammate at the time, Stephanie Dinescu. So we basically went down to the Ridge and kind of did our novice class, and then COVID hit. So, and then it was like borders shut. So never really got to fully take the benefit of that. But I thought, well, you know what? It's kind of piqued my interest in racing now. I never really had an interest in racing. I thought, no, I'm good with track days. Racing's a whole next level. I don't know if I'm into it. And then I kind of thought, oh, screw it. Like, why not? Let's try it out. And I started on my 250. I love that bike. I had so much fun on that bike, and everybody just, everybody rails into that bike, and I'm like, you know what? It's fun as hell. And as you say, like, you just learn so much, right? Yeah. So it's really helped me. And that's really kind of how it happened. And then BTR, the possibility of BTR came up. So I had to get some racing experience pretty quickly. I didn't get in the first time because I didn't actually have my race license. I wasn't quite sure if they got you the race license or you had to have it first. And so, I basically, before I got into BTR, I'd done 2 weekends of club racing. That was it. So it's a whole jump from that to Motor America.
Absolutely it is. It's
my goodness.
Yeah, it's like Moto America, the way they have it structured, and everything's on this strict time schedule where, club racing's so laid back, and sometimes the announcer will change the time on the fly, and you're like, what the hell did they just say? Right. And then it starts word of mouth coming down the paddock. Moto America. Absolutely not. Right. And you hear that shit loud and clear. So it's and speaking of Stephanie, I'm friends with her too. She's awesome. I didn't know y'all two raced together.
We started that. So we were in that program together. So obviously she raced while I couldn't because of COVID. So I just kind of supported her from Canada. And then, yeah, once we finally got to race together, it was awesome. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It was
So
great fun.
I've never been to the Ridge. It's a track that I do want to go to, but I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. So I'm on the complete opposite side of the United States. But it looks amazing on TV. How is it like to ride?
It's the best. It's my favorite track ever. I mean, Mid Ohio came pretty close. I love that track. That was so fun. But the Ridge is like, it's just home to me. I've done thousands of hours at the Ridge, thousands, like, and it's where my race family is, like, just good people and just a beautiful track. It's very technical. It is a very technical track. I know all the girls last year. I didn't unfortunately ride the Ridge last year for this year for BTR. But the girls hated it. They're like, "Why is it so annoying? It's so technical. I hate it. What's turn 13 about? Why is it all downhill?" It's like, you know what? I love it. I don't know. It's just where I've done most of the work, right?
Yeah, it looks like a proper track. Well, it is, but
It's
it
cool.
looks like it's got everything you could ask for a track: elevations,
Yeah.
ups and downs, left to right,
Yeah.
switchbacks, all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And how far do you live from the Ridge?
About 4 hours, 4.5 maybe.
That ain't bad.
The worst part about it is it goes through Seattle, right? The route goes through Seattle, unless you get a ferry and do a roundabout way. But it's taken me 8 to 12 hours before to get down there. Just sat in traffic constantly. Tacoma, Seattle, Olympia, Bremerton. Like it's a nightmare sometimes.
Right? She's like, "Nah, ferry for me. Forget all that." Yeah. The only plus I could see is obviously you're right there, so it's best seafood you can get, and I love seafood, right? So yeah, I'd stop and I'd have to try everything. Yeah, let me get one crab cake. Let me get a little piece of that lobster tail. Yeah, let me try that mahi over there. Yeah, I'm good. Chilean sea bass.
So
Let's go. Right? Yeah, making me hungry right now.
Right?
That's also. Are you currently living in Canada right now?
Yeah. Living just outside Vancouver, so about an hour from the border or so.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not too bad.
No, it's not. So let's fast forward, right? So now we are at, well, it wasn't too much of a fast forward for you going from club racing to BTR, right? You get accepted to BTR, and it is a complete different animal. What I love about the program, me and you had talked about this before we went live, is it's an excellent program, but it also teaches you girls, women, to actually learn how to work on your own bikes if you never did before, right?
That's my favorite thing, actually.
Yeah, and you get to build it. So you do all, you design it, the body work, and the whole nine. So tell me about that experience.
That was like my favorite part, honestly. Like I am not mechanically inclined in any way. Before BTR, I mean, I'd barely taken a wheel off. I hadn't even done an oil change really. I'd watched my husband doing it, but I'd never done that for myself. So I didn't really have that interest. But then when this opportunity presented, I thought, oh, what a cool way to just like kind of empowering, right? Like I don't have to ask this guy or that guy to help me. I can do it myself. And so we basically were given the bikes, stripped them completely down to bare bones, and then built it back up. My mechanic Scott, he's hilarious. So I think his name wore out. And the first day I was so just overwhelmed. And so the second day of our build week, he basically had propped a chair beside my bike, and he was like, right, this is where I guess I'm sitting all day, with a sign that says Lucy's bitch on it. It's one of my favorite memories. He's such an ass. I
love it.
Right.
Touche, motherfucker.
Suits me just fine.
Right. I love it.
Yeah, he's good. He's good shit. But yeah, I mean, you get to design your bike yourself. So I chose a half and half, so half Scottish, half Canadian flag, and designed it that way, and a little bit of paw prints and a cat on the front, just because the veterinarian thing. But yeah, I love my design. It was so fun making it. Yeah.
I thought your bike was absolutely gorgeous, right? And
I do too. Not be biased.
how'd you come up with the number 46? Because that's the GOAT's number, Valentino Rossi, right? So
Yeah, I know. I kind of regret that now because I'm like obviously nowhere near Rossi's status, quite the opposite. But it's basically a bit of a ode to my aunt who passed away a little while ago. So her birth month is the 6th of the year, June, and mine is the 4th, April. So I just thought 46. I should have just picked 64. That would have been less pressure.
right. I think because I seen it, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely asking her why she picked 46, 110%.
Figured.
Right? Yeah, it's awesome. So I mean, with this BTR program, Lucy, you've learned a lot. You know how to change tires, put chains on, basically build your own motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
Do you actually use your Royal Enfield? I forget the model. Well,
It's a Continental GT
yeah,
650.
the GT. Do you actually use that for track days during the off season, like this year?
Well, I don't have the bike. Royal Enfield kept the bike. It was going to be too complicated because I'm in Canada to get it across the border.
Gotcha.
So next year when I have to bring it back to Canada, I think I'm going to have to pay duties and stuff, and it's just a big hassle. So we kind of just agreed that they'll keep the bike for now. I wish, because I'd love to do some track days on it and just get the seat time on it. It's definitely a tricky bike to ride, I find. Yeah, so it would have been nice, but such as life.
Facts, right? Yeah, it's to me, it seems like you can convert any bike into a race bike, but there's certain bikes that are a little bit harder to set up and get to grips with, right? Because they're
Yeah.
intended or designed in any way, shape, or
Yes.
form to be on a racetrack.
Cue the Royal Enfield.
Royal Enfield, right? But I think it's a proper mega program. To me, it's one of the best programs, if not the best program we have in Moto America, simply because you take people with little experience. There's not a whole lot of, I don't know what you guys paid to actually do this, but I assume it's not compared to running a junior cup program, right?
No.
And then you get to keep the bike at the end of the 2
Yeah.
years you do it, right? So it's like, and you learn so much along the way.
It's hilarious because I don't know if mine will be even in 1 or 2 pieces. I mean, it could be in like 7 different pieces by that point. It's been, let's say, tossed around a little bit. That thing's a tank, though. The frame is like solid,
right? So, are you going to keep your same design for 2025?
Yeah, I
or are
think
you going
so.
to change it? Yeah,
I think so. I like my design. It's recognizable. And you know what? The kids, the fans, they love it because it's got the cat on it. Kira put googly eyes on it, so that's the star of the show, really.
Right.
It kind of is peering over the number, and it looks really scared, which it should because it's seen a few things off-roading.
Sky ground. What's going on? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Houston, we have a problem.
Right now, with that being said, Lucy, do you name your motorcycles?
Kind of, but not really. I can't remember what I called my BTR bike. I had a name for it, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's called Torquey. That's what it's called.
I like it.
Torquey. Torquey thingy or something, because I could never remember the torque wrench name, and I'm like, what's the Torquey thingy? So we called it Torquey thingy.
A torque wrench. And how many 10 millimeter sockets have you lost since?
Dude, I have not lost the 10 millimeter sockets, but every time I go in, we have the BTR has, between 2 people, you have a whole tool kit, right? Every single time I open one, there's no 10 millimeter. It drives me nuts. Like, why? I'm just gonna buy a bag of them and bring them with me. Because honestly, why is it a thing? Why?
Hey, I've lost several, hundreds, not really hundreds.
Yeah,
a shit ton. I don't know why it's always the 10, but it's
What eats them? Like, where do they go?
I don't know, man. Maybe it's the speed of God needs them wherever they are, right? I have no idea, Valhalla, I don't know, right? Who knows?
Oh my God.
Next year, 2025 coming up. Before we talk about that, Lucy, tell me about your 2024 season and what did you think about it?
I mean, Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. There was a lot to unpack in the season. I think it started off where I was absolutely terrified. Mentally, I wasn't prepared for what Moto America brings, and I definitely at Barber was having major panic attacks. Like, it set off something in me where I was diagnosed by one of my teammates that I have ADHD and I didn't even realize. I'm so used to doing 8 things at once, right? And so it became impossible to like focus. I couldn't focus my brain. I would come into racing and be like, oh my God, I don't even remember how to shift. It was like crazy things like that. I was vomiting every morning. I was so stressed out. I wouldn't eat for days. And so I actually talked to the Moto America doctor, and he was amazing. Like, just such a great guy. Like, actually sat me down and he's like, why do you feel like this? What's going on? I think I have a lot of high expectations for myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm used to doing something and being good at it. And I was finding that I wasn't, or I didn't feel like I was. I didn't feel good enough. I was full of imposter syndrome. Like, I'm like, why am I here? Why would they put me on this bike, on this track? Like, I'm no good, And so it was just getting over kind of that stuff. And once I started getting over that, it became more enjoyable. And I started having little battles with Kate, and that was great. I mean, I haven't done well, I wouldn't say, being kind of second to third last around there, which for me is like, I'm disappointed in myself, but I have to think outside of that, because to be doing this is massive. It really is. I mean, it's just the coolest thing. It's an amazing opportunity, and the support within the team has been so great. I don't know if I could have done it without my teammates and our managers and everything else.
I do.
They've been fantastic, phenomenal, just good people. So we had such a good team, and everybody just, if you need help, somebody always pitches in. Kate and I are always kind of like, oh, what are we doing? So I'll help her, she'll help me. We're just getting blindly in the blind a lot of the time. She's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think by probably, I'm really disappointed I didn't get to do the Ridge, because I feel like I would have done okay at the Ridge. But by the last race, I was kind of getting the hang of it and having fun. And I think that's always what it's about. Everybody's like, if you're not having fun, what's the point? But when you're in it, it's still hard to see that. There's so many things going on. It's so stressful. It really is. I think, when you've been doing it for years and years, it just becomes second nature. I didn't have that race experience that I needed to just be like, it's fine, chill, just do your mantra, do your chill thing, and go race, Yeah,
it's racing's one of the most, if not the most emotional and
yes,
mental game, right? And
that's exactly.
I got ADHD, and Lucy, and I don't take Adderall, I don't take Ritalin, I don't do any of that, right? And so I deal with it myself. And is it a struggle? God damn, Lucy, there's days where it's like, man, I could sit there and my boss will sit there and tell me something, and like as soon as he turns away, I was like, what the hell did he just say? Because I didn't catch none of that. And they're like, bro, he was literally telling you what blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like my brain, it's like I don't help it. I can't help it,
Yeah. I think.
Well, go ahead, Lucy.
I just feel like I don't know how severe it is, but in terms of stress, I really found it comes out. Yeah, day-to-day life, I feel like it's not a big stress to me, but because I in my job I deal with like 8 situations at once, so it actually helps with that a little bit. But when I was really stressed out and just overwhelmed, it was like I cannot think. Like, it's awful. It's just your brain's just fuzzy and you can't get any thought to just come together,
And the anxiety it brings, and the palm sweats, and you're just like, man, I just can't do this. Like, there's no way. And they're like, bro, you got this. You've done this 100 times. Blah 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 blah. And it's like,
you gotta just talk to yourself and
woosah, deep breaths, right? Just bring it on in, babe. Bring it right here. This is where we need to be, Simcoe.
Bring it
not
in.
here and there. Right here, baby. Let's go. Right. And so when I took over this podcast, my ADHD kicked in so hard, because I was like, I can't do this by myself. People are not going to like what I got to say. Like, I need another person with me. I need a co-pilot, right? I'm not going to pace in the house and sweating. And my wife's like, what are you doing? Like, you got it. You're freaking goofy, man. Go in there.
Yeah.
Like you said, bring it down.
Goofy.
Do you breathe? You're goofy. I love to say that, right?
Yeah.
I'm big into ice baths. Just go jump in the ice bath, take an ice bath. You're good,
Can't
right?
do
So
that.
no, why not?
No, it makes me want to die. I hate it. It's like there's nothing good about that. Well, when you're trying to get into a swimming pool and you're like, oh god, I'm just like up to my thighs. It's like so cold, and it's just like torture. It's torture for me. I can't. I love heat. I don't like being cold. I can see the benefits of it though. I totally see that. People swear by it.
Look, you just got to get in, and the trick is you get in, neck, everything's in, right? And just you want to control your breathing, right? Once you get your breathing down, Lucy, it's crazy. It's like you're not even cold anymore for like 30 seconds or whatever. It's absolutely insane. Then you get out. Once you heat yourself back up,
you got ghosts. Oh,
no, it's yeah. My wife opened up the door to let my baby girl Charlie in.
Heart.
Yeah, that's my girl right there.
Oh,
yeah,
how old is she?
She's I want to say like 13.
Oh, the little girl.
Yeah, that's
She's
my baby.
Cutie.
Thank you. She's her name's Charlie. She follows me literally around the house whenever I'm home. She sits with me on the couch. We are. I'm an animal lover, big time. I freaking love dogs, cats too. So any animal really.
I'm
but
a
dogs,
cat girl.
Yeah, I like cats too. I got two of them. One's named Monster. The other one's Cookie. I would bring them in here, but they come in here. Listen, cats, they're, how do I want to say this? They are absolutely insane in the membrane half the time, right? They want to love you, and then they bite you, and then they run away, and then they come back going, meow, I'm sorry, and purr. And it's like, I don't know if I trust you right now, but yeah, come on, bring it on in. Let's get a hug, right?
It's constant back and forth. Do I trust you? Do I not?
Right. And then, mine, when they'll tell you when they're litter boxing. So I don't use regular cat. I know this is off subject, but I don't use regular cat litter, right? I use the horse paper pellets.
Oh, the paper pellets. Yeah,
for cat litter. But when my cats let you know that they're litter boxing, they will literally come up to you and use the bathroom right in front of you, wherever you are, whether it's in the kitchen, you're in the bathroom, you're in the bedroom. They'll come up and meow at you and just squat and then walk away like, I run this shit. I need my shit clean. Let's freaking go. Yeah.
It's definitely a stress response. Yes, they're like, my litter box is full of shit. Can you change it already?
Right. If not, I'm gonna shit in your floor like I just did. So, lady, let's go. Or dude, let's go. Right. Yeah. So yeah. But I love them all the same, right? Let's just be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but you probably love Charlie more. Let's face it. You got your favorites. Which is terrible to say. They might be listening. You better be careful.
I think everybody kind of has their favorites in their own way. I'll tell you like this. I love them each in their own individual way because they're so different, right? Just like me, just like you, just like all the humans, right? Animals is the same way. They have emotions, they feel pain, they grieve, they cry, they laugh, all that good stuff. So it's you love them for their own individuality. It's not so much that I do have a favorite. But if you put me on a spot and it's either you can have a dog or a cat, I'm gonna roll with the dog, right? Because I could be like, sit, go fetch, go get this, let's do this, and
cats
the
can
cuddles.
Do that.
No, absolutely, Lucy. But you're well. I will say this: Monster, my cat, does wait at the front door when we come home, so he's at the front door when you come home, right? And he sleeps with us. But it's not like Charlie. Charlie constantly wants you to love on him, constantly wants to be in the chair with you, constantly, I don't feed my, you're a vet, right? We'll get into that, but I don't feed my dog food. I make her homemade food every day. She gets rice and chicken and peas. And
do you balance it? Because it's really important to balance it if you're home cooking.
Yeah, I do. So I'll alternate from brown rice, white rice. I'll do chicken. Sometimes I'll do beef. Sometimes I'll do steak. Sometimes,
no, that's not balancing. You have to add like micronutrients. Oh, we can get into a whole thing here.
All right. Listen. Me and you, I will call you because we got our numbers, and you could teach me all about that. So no, obviously I'm not. I do like carrots and peas and all that good stuff, but no.
Yeah, it's really important to balance their meals when you're cooking because there's a lot that's not provided by just carb, protein, vegetables. So yeah, just by adding like a supplement just helps to balance that out, and using a proper recipe because a lot of them you have to add oils and stuff. And so, because you just don't get all the vital nutrients they need for their heart, their joints, everything else, right? So,
well, that makes sense. All right. Well, I can.
well, that was
Yeah.
off track.
Yeah. No, it's good
Derailed.
though. Right. But this is the beauty of a podcast, right? It can go anywhere, right? We'll talk about
free
aliens
vet
here in a
advice for
minute.
everyone.
Right. But yeah, I'll definitely, after this, I'll call you and you can tell me all about it. But yeah, I just feel like, so just real quick, we'll get back on motorcycles in a second. Short story is the reason why I started doing that is, I had a dog. His name was Cruz. We got him when he was, I want to say 4 months old. I didn't see the signs. He was peeing a lot and constantly drinking water. Right. I'm like, what's wrong with my dog? And then all of a sudden he started losing weight. And I'm like, so I would call one of our friends. She has a farm, got all these animals. She's like, oh, I'll bring in this dewormer. He's probably got worms, blah, 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 blah. You're going to have to give it 7 days for it to work. Right. Well, on that 7th day, he was lethargic. Like his kidneys and everything, liver was shutting down. So we took him to Angels with CC's and we had to put him down that day. And I was like, I don't understand how they get, like, how does a dog get diabetes? She's like, because this is what she told me over here.
He was
she
4 months old?
No, he was 6 years old.
Oh,
right?
6, right.
But we got him when he was 4 months, and we feed him good dog food, the wilderness, and dog food's expensive, right? But what the vet told us was a lot of the stuff that they put in dog foods, dogs don't naturally eat, and they don't process it the same ways that on their natural diet, right? And it can cause them to have diabetes. She's like, it's nothing you did wrong, because I feel so bad, Lucy. Like, I still cry to this day over it, and it's been 8 months ago. Like, it devastated me, because I feel like I didn't do enough, and I should have caught the signs early, and all that. So that's hence, real quick, the whole reason I started doing. I'm like, man, forget that. That's rice and chicken, and you're gonna be spoiled rotten. So yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I will say about home cooking, that if you don't balance it, it can be more dangerous than, a fully balanced dry food, right? Like, I mean, dry food, there's nothing wrong with dry food if it's good quality, and you have lots of water, but if you're not balancing your cooked food, it can do some damage, right? Especially with the heart. There have been lots of things with dilated cardiomyopathy with just not having the nutrients in, say, raw diets or home cooked. So it's super important to do that. Right. There's nothing wrong with home cooking in itself. Yeah. It just has to be done right.
Yeah. You have to balance it out, like you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lucy, I never thought about that, just to be honest with you. Like, I didn't know, they didn't tell me any of that. They just says a lot of the dog food that you feed your animals, whether it's cats or dogs, it has some good stuff to it, and it's not really that bad, but sometimes this happens. And so the dog food you feed your dog could cause them to turn into, because it depends, I guess, what you call it, like the certain type of sugars, I guess, they put in there. They can't process it the same way we do. And, stuff.
I mean, there's so many factors that go into stuff like that. With diabetes, it can be genetic as well, right? So, yeah.
But anyway, we'll get back on this motorcycle talk, right? So
regular programming.
We will continue this broadcast right now. So 2024, I got a lot of friends that race in Moto America. I watch it religiously. I can't believe that me and you never ran into each other as many times I was over at the BTR tent, right?
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What are you doing with your life?
I obviously missing you here and there somehow. I don't know.
Clearly.
Right. But we will fix that. But yeah, so 2024, I thought, being your first year, you did absolutely amazing, right? Everybody that gets out there, you always want to do better, right? Obviously, but the journey to where you are, to how you got there, and how the season went, man, all that it's a beautiful story and a journey, right? And it only makes you mentally stronger.
That's true.
To face what's coming up next year, right? Because now you'll know how to handle it. You'll know if you start feeling anxiety, certain things, I guess, with having your friends around is, I say all the time, if you don't have people that truly believe in you and love you wholeheartedly while you're doing this, it's going to be so difficult, right? It is. So the more people you have in your corner, and the self-belief too, right? You got to have that, Lucy. I think
with that.
Right. So 2025, I know you're looking for the next season. I can't wait to see you back out there and getting those wins and standing on top of that box. Right.
None of this nonsense, man. We're like really like we're getting in there this year. Yeah. It's all or nothing. I need to stop being a chicken and just push myself further and further. I'm really, really motivated and to just discipline myself to focus more and yeah, really get into it.
Yep.
I really
So
want a podium once at least.
listen, I have no doubt that you'll achieve at least one, 100%.
Oh,
Right. You got fan right here, and I know there's a lot of other people that are behind you and fully support you. So
yeah.
you can do this 100%. So with that being said, Lucy, being it your first year and it's different being on TV and racing in front of a live audience, like a big, you're on the big stage. How do you mentally prepare yourself on that weekend to deal with all that? Like, do you do what I mean by that? Do you do certain yoga, breathing exercises? Do you have any kind of superstitious left boot on before your right boot? Any of that?
I don't think I do have any superstitions. I just have to like time out myself. Um I prepare like by just looking at track maps and just constantly going over it. So, closing my eyes and visualizing the track. With Barber, I did that, which apparently didn't seem to help me in any way. But yeah, like I could literally go around the entire track in my head. And so just kind of eat, sleep, breathing motorcycles before that, but just trying to breathe as well, and just kind of inner talk to myself just to calm myself down. Just be like, you can do this, like just because I constantly think I can't do it. It's like a struggle. It's like the devil and the angel, right? It just is constant, and it's difficult. Yeah, I mean, I've really focused mentally this year. I've got a counselor, so I'm trying to work through that mental stuff. Yeah, so I'm hoping. I mean, I've learned so much this year. I've really come far from day one to now, and I feel way more prepared for just everything that it brings. Yeah. And I've talked to my mechanics about just focusing more, like finishing a task before, because it's hard because in the tent, when you're in the tent, the fans are coming up and chatting to you, and we're front row, right? So I'll be changing a tire, and someone will talk to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm off chatting, and everything's just left, right? So I can see how that is very annoying. It's annoying for me, and my mechanic's just like, can you just focus? And I'm like, I'm trying.
But I gotta say hi to the fans. Come on, man. Yeah.
It's like there's so many things. I'm like, okay, well,
Right.
I gotta talk to this person, and yeah, it's a lot.
It is. I can see where that would be overwhelming sometimes too, especially the nerves, the emotions, everything's such a tight schedule. And, did I do this right? Do I have that safety wired right? And then somebody comes up,
Yeah.
it's like, Lucy, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, everything down. That's how you lose that 10 millimeter, by the way. Anyway,
Right, I know
right.
it's true.
And then you come back, you're like, shit, I got 5 minutes. Like, I got to bust my ass to get this done.
I know, and then it's super stressful, and you're adding that pressure, right? Because now I'm rushing, and yeah. So a lot of us will just kind of go into a corner and just sit and breathe, and just before the race. Oh God, that's the most tense feeling. Like just with your helmet on, it's that anticipation before a race. Oh God, yeah.
When that clutch dumps, all that goes away and the adrenaline takes over, and you're like, let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. I love it.
So fun.
Lucy, look, we're 43 minutes into this already.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I barely started.
Right? I told you. Yeah, it's awesome. But no worries, Lucy, because we're going to sit down for many more podcasts. So because there's still so much more we got to talk about. But I want to transition into what my favorite part of the podcast is, where we get to know Lucy Blondel away from the motorcycles, right? She said, I heard that, right?
That's dangerous.
No,
you sure you want to open that can of worms?
Absolutely. I've been cracking them open over here the whole time we've been talking, right? So now the lid is off. So first question I want to start off is, what's for dinner tonight?
What's for dinner? Oh, I actually have no idea. But my favorite food is probably mac and cheese. That's a good comfort food. I'm a good fan of mac and cheese. A good mac and cheese, Yeah, there's nothing better than that. Yeah.
So do you I like to cook. I get it from my mom. So I make, I make mac and cheese and spaghetti and all that yada yada, soups and yada
Yeah.
yada yada. So
Good soup.
do you make your own? Are you a cook too? Will you make everything homemade or?
I absolutely hate cooking. I hate it so much. That was my husband's forte. I'd come home, he'd just take things from the fridge and just present something, and you're like, wow, it's just so cool how you can do that. But I have no interest in any way. I sort of dabble in baking because you get to eat all the yummy things, which I suppose is true of cooking too. But just no patience. When something has more than 3 ingredients, I'm like, next. Like, that's too many things. No.
Well, I love it. I love it. So
So bad. I feel useless in the kitchen.
it's good stuff. Yeah, I can see where it could be intimidating. And I was, of course, growing up, my mom made everything homemade and scratch and all that crap. And then when I finally moved out on my own, I was like, man, I ain't got time for that shit. Right. So I
I
was
know, right?
microwavable shit, macaroni and cheese out the box, which there is good macaroni and cheese in the box. Not gonna lie.
That's how you get the diabetes.
That's how you get the diabetes, people, right? But I always got to add to it if I do that, right? Like I'll add I don't know if you ever tried this, but if I make like homemade macaroni and cheese, my wife won't eat it this way, but I'll take some out and then I'll add some Rotel to it, a can of Rotel, right?
What's Rotel?
Okay, so Rotel is basically diced tomatoes in a can, and you can get them with like different flavors, like cilantro, lime, habanero, whatever. Yeah, and you add it to
That's good.
macaroni and cheese or whatever. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I make homemade cheese dip. I put Rotel in it. Yeah, so all that good stuff.
So you have to make me dinner one day.
I got you.
Settled.
100%. Settled. I got it. That's awesome. So, what do you do for work, Lucy?
I am a veterinarian for almost 17 years.
I love it. I love it. So is that something growing up that you really wanted to do? Like, I want to be a vet? Yeah, I love it.
I have a picture of me in a field. I grew up around farms, or friends had farms and stuff and horses. But I have a picture of me, I think I was about 3, and behind a fence in a field, there's all these like cows just surrounded me, and I'm just like this, like E.T., like just trying to touch them, and they're all just fascinated with me. And my dad took that picture, and I feel like that was the first time that I feel like, yeah, probably going to be a vet. Everybody always tried to kind of turn me against the idea, you'll have to euthanize animals. It's not that easy, it's hard to get into, and that never bothered me. I always knew I wanted to do that. It was almost like feels like a calling. I don't know. Yeah,
it is. That to me, that would be the hardest part is the euthanasia, because I'm a big baby, man. I'd be in there sobbing every single one of them. It'd be hard for me to detach, even if I met them for 10 minutes, whatever it is, right? I'd be like, yeah.
I mean, I think that you have to go in with the mentality that you're doing the nicest and kindest thing for that animal. It's suffering, and sometimes they just give you this look, and it's a look that's hard to explain, but they're kind of heads down, but they look up at you, and that's the look. They're like, it just, to me, I feel it that they're asking for help, and especially when they are in pain and you can't control that, like it's the kindest thing to do for them. I worked for a traveling euthanasia company for a while, and honestly, as weird as this is, it was the most rewarding thing I did. I mean, people were so grateful, to have someone come to their house and their pet is so not stressed. They're in their environment with their people by the fireplace eating cheese, and it was really rewarding. But hard, obviously hard. It's hard to see people upset. The hardest ones are like, the seniors that come in, and it's like their little dog was their late wife's dog or something, and this is their last connection to them. Those get me. I'm a major empath, so people's energy, like, yeah. Oh my goodness, what's going on?
My son was trying to FaceTime the laptop computer, right? But I absolutely did. I declined.
Jeez.
Decline. Yeah, decline. Hold on. Yeah, decline. Get out of here. No.
All hell is breaking loose.
All hell is breaking loose, right? So earlier he wanted to go to my mom's house. So I was like, yeah, I'll take you over there. So he was actually over there at my Nana's house. Text him right now. I'm doing a pod. Call mommy.
Don't mind us or anything,
Right? He probably wants to come get him, or who knows. He's 12. He just turned 12. So he's wide open. I chase his butt around all the time, and yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm buying him a dirt bike for Christmas, so
that's awesome.
I'm taking
Oh my
him with
goodness!
me.
So you're both going to be walking around with gimpy arms,
right? But listen, you live and you learn, and hey, and it'll be all right.
True.
We're in this together, and we'll figure it out. That's what I always tell them. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, being a vet, I think that's good because that's what my mom and dad had that with their Saint Bernard. They had somebody come to their house and put her down. And honestly, I think that would be probably the best way to do it because they're in their own environment around the people that they love the most.
There's no stress.
No stress. Just
fall asleep. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, are you a coffee drinker?
Pope a Catholic? Yeah, of course.
Are you
a coffee drinker? He says. How do people live without coffee? I don't even know.
I don't either, but there are some people that are like, no, I don't drink coffee. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, well, why not? Like, right? Where you been your whole life?
That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. I don't know.
You might be an alien if you don't drink coffee. I love it.
For sure.
So Lucy, tell us something we don't know about you.
Oh, well, there's lots of things. I mean, I guess probably people wouldn't know I had Lyme disease 2012.
I didn't know that.
Super random, right? Never had really heard of Lyme disease, but actually a friend of mine had kind of enlightened me to it because I had all these crazy symptoms, like everything. Any symptom you can imagine, I had it. Looked like a complete hypochondriac, but it was very debilitating. And so I struggled with that for about 2-3 years. So yeah, I mean, not many people know that. But the more you look into it, you realize how many people actually have it. It's crazy. It's such an epidemic and it doesn't really get diagnosed. Doctors don't really understand it. And there's not really any good testing. So yeah, I basically managed that myself. I treated myself in the end. Otherwise I probably wouldn't be here right now, to be fair. Yeah.
I love it. I don't even know what Lyme disease is, to be honest.
It's a bacterial disease. They're little spirochete shaped bacteria, and they're spread by ticks. So specific types of ticks, and the little spirochetes, the little spiral shapes, they just drill into all your tissue everywhere. So your brain, all of your tissues, and they can hide from the blood-brain barrier. So they can hide from medications by just sitting into your joints or your tendons and surrounding themselves with a biofilm so that antibiotics can't kill them. So you have to keep switching antibiotics. But yeah, it's pretty awful. I mean, to kind of enlighten you on some of the symptoms, I had numbness of one side of my body, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, I had the worst pain you could ever imagine that no painkiller would touch. I went blind in one eye. I would get confused and go through red lights thinking they were green. I'd forget where I lived. I'd forget people's names. I'd just randomly pass out, not know where I was, wake up 3 hours later. I mean, my legs and arms would move by themselves, things like that, right? It goes on and on and on. Like stroke-like symptoms, heart issues, breathing issues. Yeah, you name it. It's awful.
I'm glad you're over that.
Me too.
You're out of the woods. Yes, yes.
You can't keep a stubborn Scottish woman down. I tell you that.
No, absolutely not. Right? Yeah, absolutely not. So, what's your worst habit?
Probably biting my nails. I do it when I'm nervous. I just sit and,
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I'm trying not to, but I only do it. I used to do it all the time, and then I weaned myself off of it, right? Like a drug, and I
have to be very mindful of it because
I don't. But when I'm nervous and anxious, I'm freaking just like it's the best shit in the world. Yeah, but I can't do it on this one, and I can't even eat right. It don't work very well, right? So when I get it off, maybe I'll get back to it. I don't know. Oh my God, I love it.
It's so funny.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So listen, I listen to a lot of audio books, right? Is that something you do too?
The last one I actually listened to was Matthew Perry's autobiography.
Nice. I listened to I almost got Matthew Perry's, but I got I'm going to, but I bought on Apple Book Audio freaking Matthew McConaughey's Green Light. That was really good.
Does he read it? Because I can't stand that guy's voice. that would do me in.
Yeah, he does do the voiceover on it. So yeah, if you don't like his voice, then yeah. She's like, that's a deal killer right there. Sorry, McConaughey, not gonna happen.
all right.
all right. Yeah. Oh my God, that's awesome. So we actually have a couple of questions. Two from Trevor. Buddy of mine, Trevor Watson, he races, and the super stock in Moto America. He wants to know who your celebrity crush is.
Ooh, my celebrity crush. Well, I do love a bit of McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy, and Ryan Gosling. I would say, yeah, he'll do. Spread him on a cracker.
That's hilarious. So spread it in a cracker. I eat them up, girl. Come here. Yeah, I love it. Oh my God. That's good stuff. And then he also wants to know how does one get into a traveling pet euthanasia, and is it a flat fee?
Is he looking for a job or
Trevor, you looking for a job to help pay for this 2025 season?
I don't know. I guess I was looking for something different. And then I found this company, and it was kind of like a more freeing kind of day. You get 3 appointments and you get to travel. You're not in the office, which is kind of nice just to be out there. It's not a flat fee. It depends on weight and stuff as well. So
yeah, there's he said, ha, 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 ha. That's hilarious. Not talking about me. Are you gonna, yeah. That's awesome. So, going on with racing and all that, have you had any proper like training or coaching?
Yeah, I've been to Yamaha Champ School 2 or 3 times now. Love that school. Oh, just investing in yourself and your riding. It's worth every penny. Great guys, and they've got the work cut out for them. I'm going actually again in December to Indy Motorsports Park, Arizona. Can't wait.
I love it. I love it. I've never been to Indy.
I'm such a fan of just learning. I love learning. I love being the best I can be. And so, like it just, I get instruction all the time because I just want more and more and more, right? Yeah. And getting those gains is always so satisfying.
Oh, 100% it is, especially when you see it. And then after the session, you're not tired or wore out, right? And you can actually think straight. You're like, wait, what's going on right now? Like,
especially when things start clicking,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, we're coming up on the hour mark. I'm going to ask you just a couple more questions and we'll get to all our shout outs. And I see you got my girl Aliki's undersuit on, right?
Yes,
there it is. B&M. Let's go. I love it. I love it, dude. She's awesome. I actually had her and Kat McLeod on the podcast last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love my Aliki.
Dude, she's
the best.
Absolutely. She sent me a I'm gonna have to show you here in a minute. After we end this, because it's a struggle getting this on when I can't even with one hand. You can ask Lucy; she's probably laughing at me. I'm here going all this. I'm like, come on now, we can do this. We can get it done, right? Yeah.
Oh dear.
Straight struggle, and that's a fact, right?
Struggle bus for sure.
Yes. What's your spirit animal?
Oh. I mean, I feel like I might have 2, a horse and a cat. I do love cats. I feel like I really understand them. I feel like I understand animals and I feel their energy. So horses. Yeah, maybe a horse. Cats are more stubborn though, like me. So it's a bit of half and half, I would say.
Yeah. I agree.
What about you? What's yours?
Oh man, that's a good one. I've never been asked that. Yeah, absolutely a dog because I'm such a loyal guy and I love everybody. One thing I tell everybody is none of us are strangers. We're just friends that haven't met yet. And I've been asked the questions when I say that. Well, what about when you meet somebody and you just don't get along, your energies don't match? And I'm like, well, that's just a barrier, just like a mental barrier, right? But if you actually had a genuine conversation with him or her, I guarantee there'd be at least 5 things you have in common. And the next thing you know, you're laughing, you're giggling.
Yeah.
Boom. And there
Totally
it is,
agree.
right? Yeah. So,
I totally agree with
we're
that.
just strangers and friends that haven't met yet. That's all. So, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, mine would be a dog for sure.
Figured.
Trevor. That's hilarious.
He's still asking questions.
Yeah, man. He said he goofy. He says, I heard if you die in your house and the cat is locked in with you, the cat will eat your head off.
What horror movies is he watching?
Right? That's hilarious. I don't know, Trevor.
My.
Listen, my advice for you, Trevor, is don't die in your house with your cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Hilarious. Oh my god. What's the one superpower Lucy Blondel wish she had?
Ooh, that's a good one. What would I wish I had? Probably being able to fly. Traffic is driving me nuts right now. If I could just teleport myself or fly, oh god.
It'd be so much easier, wouldn't it?
So much easier.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I feel like that's a good one.
So last question. I mean, we have many more. We'll catch up on them on the second episode, but what advice would you give your younger self?
Don't stress so much. Just don't stress the small stuff. I used to, before I got Lyme disease, I stressed everything. Everything was a stress. And when I was stressed with the disease, it made all the symptoms worse. So I had to really learn how to not stress the small stuff. Doesn't mean it doesn't come back all the time. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if I could just stay to chill out and just enjoy things and be present. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that, right? But listen, this has been a lot of fun. I'm so looking forward to part 2. We'll definitely get that scheduled as soon as I end this podcast. But listen, I'm going to let you end the podcast. But before I let you do that, I got to give all my shout outs and first say thank you for everybody that watches and subscribes to this podcast. I can't do the full thing. It's easier for me to do this, right? So I love each and every one of you guys and girls. You guys mean so much to me. Listen, it's an absolute honor. And thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
Big shout out to Next Level Financial, bisontrack.com for your freaking leather suits needs. What are you guys waiting on? Chef Eats. Come on, Lucy. I know you heard of Chef Eats before.
I have, yeah. I use that. Well, not that exact one because they don't have it in Canada, but it's similar. Fresh Prep. It's the best.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Chef Eats. I need to talk to Jeff. If you're listening to this, bro, you got to ship to Canada so we can get Lucy on some Chef Eats.
Yeah,
for real.
I'd be absolutely 100%. Up for that. Absolutely.
Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics. These are sunglasses that are made here in the United States in Austin, Texas. Look at these. These are actually designed and made to wear underneath your motorcycle helmet, or if you fly on a plane underneath your helmet, and especially go shooting at the range, you wear them underneath this. A lot of sunglasses you have. Oh, these are awesome. When I see you, I have them with me, and you can wear them around all day.
Yeah, I gotta try those.
I got Oakleys, I got Ray-Bans, I got all that. And everybody knows that the arms are super stiff and it causes pressure points. And you're not having fun. You get headaches, even if you don't have a helmet on, right? Throughout the day. But these are so light, and you get them prescriptions too as well. So you guys go to flyingeyesoptics.com, use the discount code PINTHEGAS10 and receive 10% off. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP, Jersey and in South Florida. They have, to me, it's the best program going on that we have here in America as far as our youth coming into Moto America. I mean, look, dude, you got Isaac Woodworth, Avery, and Ella Dreyer. I mean, the list goes on, right? And they also got a new thing. I need everybody to go to Mini SBK USA on all the social media channels and like and subscribe that. Go back and listen to my breaking news podcast with SFL Mini GP. They're a 501. It's absolutely amazing what they're doing. I'm telling you guys. Big shout out to RD Racing and my mate Jake Marsh out there in BSB. Vet 2 Tracks, all my vets out there, not veterinarians like her, but my vets, right? What he does is he has a program where he battles PTSD one lap at a time. So it's a freaking amazing program. So go to vet2track.com. My buddy Tate at 64 Degree Racing sent me a custom 2-piece undersuit. I think it's the XC1 off the top of my head. Of course, everybody knows you can't go to track with just one undersuit. It's just like taking one pair of draws with you on vacation. It's not going to end well, right? No. So you need several. My favorite one piece is obviously my Bison, right? And then my two-piece is 64-degree racing. I freaking love that suit. I haven't got one from Aliki yet, but Aliki, I need to get
They're the
one
best
from you.
ones.
Yes, I know. That's what I've heard, and I will.
Yep.
So what I was going to show you is Leaky. When I had her on my podcast, she sent me Johannes Fogger, the ex-MotoGP rider. She sent me his undersuit and signed it for me.
Nice.
Yes, dude, I love her. She's freaking
That's
awesome.
cool. Oh, she's just good. Good
She
shit. She
is.
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Let's see. Ghetto Customs. So if anybody out there wants custom body work, look no further than Ghetto Customs with Chris Parrish. He's also a legend and super fast. Everybody can go to theclothingkings.co.uk. My man Martin owns the company out there and order all your Pin to Gas merch. It's freaking awesome. This is actually one of the shirts I have on. And if you did order one from over there, yes, I understand shipping's going to be a little bit more, but you're in this exclusive club because you can't buy these styles of shirts. I mean, you could, the brand, right? The brand of shirts, the Europeans, and they do run a little small. Like I'm normally a large. This is an extra large, and I feel like it's a little too big in some areas. But anyway, proper mega gear for sure.
Room to grow.
Room to grow, right from that box macaroni and cheese. Facts, right? Yes. Big shout out to BSB Barmy Army out there in the UK. If anybody's looking to order anything online, STG, right? Sports Bike Track Time, right? With Max Van and Brian. Big shout out to Road Racing World Fund. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com. Donate to the Road Racing World Fund. It's imperative. Yes, that's our air fence. People show up, they help. Listen, if we didn't have the air fence, Lucy wouldn't be out there racing and nobody else wouldn't either, right?
Even if it's more broken than I already am.
Right. See, there you go, right? Even if it's facts, I love it. $10, $20, $50, listen, it all helps. And if you're lucky enough and you show up during the Moto America weekend, which I highly recommend, dude, donate. I think it's $350 if I'm not mistaken. I'll hit up Chris Ulrich to find out, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You get a 2-up ride with Ulrich on the track. And if you heard our conversation earlier, yeah, it's absolutely worth it, right? So if anybody's in the market to looking to buy a dirt bike, a UTV, a ATV, need any performance tuning done on their bike, look no further than Carnes Performance in Pennsylvania. Jason Carnes. So he was in Moto America, Carnes Performance, right? Leve Batty and Lisa in Junior Cup, and they will be back next year. Big shout out to KYT. If you're not in a KYT helmet, I don't know what you're wearing. You can say a rye, you can say all that, but you want a KYT. Trust me, you want a KYT. I know Lucy. Listen.
Nothing.
Yeah, we'll get into that, right? Yes, KYT's big shit out because my buddy Brandon Cray too. You know, he's KYT America, so big shout out to him and KYT helmets and K-Tech. If you're not running K-Tech suspension, my man Birch and
those guys,
Dakari and Kendall, man, they are absolutely amazing human beings. And listen, I've ran my mouth enough. Thank you, guys and girls. I love every single one of you. Lucy, tell everybody where they can follow you on social. Do you have any merch for sale? And if so, where they can buy it and all that good stuff?
I don't have merch, but my Instagram is ride4 YR life, ride for your life, and Lucy Blondel on Facebook. Yeah,
I love it. Excuse me. Yes, I freaking love it, Lucy. Again, it's been an absolute honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Cannot wait to at this point shout me out at High Rev TV on IG. LOL. Okay, Trevor Watson, I'm gonna give it to you. Everybody needs to go to Instagram, sign up for my man Trevor Watson at High Rev Trev on that is the the little A symbol thing, HIGHREVTREV. There you go.
Yes, Trevor.
I love you. Perfect, right? This episode will be out on Spotify and all that good stuff tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down with the legend, Lucy Blondel. Lucy, is there anything you'd like to say before I end this podcast?
No, just thank you so much for having me. It's a blast. And thanks for everyone supporting. Can't wait for next season. And I will see y'all there.
That's right. That's right. And stay tuned for part 2 because it's coming up. All right, let me end this.